Everybody got their coffee yet? All right. So, first of all, how many people in here are thinking of arcades again? I think I saw hands earlier. All right. And how many of you are thinking of pay by time, meaning basically you're renting out your headsets for your revenue? Is it all the same hands went up, I guess? Great. Okay, so we think that there's one critical problem, not just in arcades, but also in the home, is that it's one person in the HMD having the time of their life, and there are 3 or 4 friends sitting on the sofa, bored, waiting their turn. That's where we come in. Because the same thing is even worse in an arcade, is because not only is the person having the time of their life and they're the person that's paying, but the other people that are waiting, you're not generating revenue off them. How are you monetizing the other 3 people that are not in the HMD? That's what SOFA is all about. So we think that players don't have a fun and easy VR party game experience in the arcade today. Okay, if you look at a lot of arcades, it's either a sofa or a banister where people are waiting behind. What are they doing? Taking pictures of their friends, waiting, checking their Facebook. We think that there's a lot more that you can do when somebody walks in the front door of your arcade, and that's what SOFA is here for. So we don't think that we can survive, maybe, but you can't thrive, and we want to help you do that. So what we do is we turn every mobile phone into a game controller. Okay, it's a game controller that can let the spectators interact with their friends who are in VR, not just when the game is going like a party game, right, but also before and after the VR experience. Here's a quick look of what our app looks like. On the right-hand side here, you can see an example of an augmented snap, similar to Snapchat, where you can start to build awareness of your arcade, of your developers' games, of special promotions, all from the app, instead of people just snapping a picture of their friend doing silent pantomime and going, hey, this is George in VR. Instead, it could be, this is George in VR at your arcade, playing this game. We'll eventually roll out with our partnerships a full mixed reality sharing as well. So for those of you that plan to be setting up green screens at your arcades. So we really want to connect the mobile experience to the VR experience, because this is the $100 billion a year leader right here in games. Whereas a lot of us in VR, as you know, 2016 Christmas didn't do what we thought it would be. It's the loss leader. It's low adoption, it's low frequency of use, right? And this is, we feel that bridging these 2 things is the quickest way to preserving the momentum that VR has and actually making it able to thrive in VR. So, as I talked about earlier, I think there's 3 different parts of the behavior patterns of a user in an arcade, right? All of us are most familiar with the one in the middle, which we call play. That's the intense, sweaty, 5 to 15 minute experience that they're having in VR. 5 to 15 minutes. So I went to the soft launch of a leading VR arcade in Los Angeles in January. I pre-booked my tickets with 3 of my friends. And our show times were 2 hours and 40 minutes apart from each other. Each of us only spent 40 minutes in VR. What were we doing the other 2 hours? Luckily, the Grove was across the street. Anyways, so we think that there's a lot that you can do before, which we call anticipate. And we think there's a lot that you can do after, which we call share. Okay, so in the anticipation phase, we think there's ability to play a lightweight augmented reality games, because people are going to a VR arcade, not just for VR. They're thinking, oh, this is the future. The future is augmented reality. It's mixed reality. It's virtual reality. And with the introduction of games like Pokemon Go, they have already primed with that behavior. And because you have a controlled environment in your VR arcades, right, you're able to bring these things to bear. And then finally, in the share part, we call that the VR photo booth, right? So the VR photo booth is an opportunity for you to, similar to the way amusement parks sell your roller coaster cam, or your ski area has a mountainside camera pictures. The same thing, 99% of people that are going to VR arcades for the first time to try out VR, they're able to get take that picture and actually share it through the app. So again, players, spectators, arcades, and game devs will all be able to benefit from VR. So we think there's an opportunity for you to join your friends in VR. I advise you to go up to our website, sofavr.io. We're going to be hosting a webinar this month with Jordan Weissman. So Jordan is a longtime game developer, Imagineer, but also he founded Virtual Worlds in the 90s. He had 30 locations based on the BattleTech franchise in North America. So we've been tapping into our friends in the location-based entertainment space that have been doing it for a long time in theme parks and also things like Virtual Worlds. And we're bringing that into a webinar to help you discover and unlock revenue through the mobile phone. Thank you.